Hi, I'm Intruder Green. You might know me from things like Lucy's, Okeechobee Correctional, and Spotify Green Room. Welcome to the Intruder Green podcast. It is the 30th of August. We'll see if I get this out today. Yeah. Anyway, I getting it out before the end of the month. That's something I feel like is probably true. But yeah, I'm stoked on today's episode because got to catch up with some good buds, and it's we got the Methadones. We're like two members of the Methadones, and one of them is Dan Vapids, and he's done a whole lot of shit that you probably don't even know that you fucking love. So no, you know you love it. It's just that you didn't know Dan Vapids was involved. Am I talking good? I talk real good. All right. Anyway, the another thing that's cool about this one is we got a nice call-in, and it's from this guy here. Anyway, we'll go to the phones.
Hey, Intruder Green. This is Jimmy Three Toes. I've been listening to your podcast, and I don't know, you talk a lot of nonsense about the poppy punk or whatever you have. You need to talk more hardcore, something with some balls, I don't want to hear stuff that the kids at the mall are going to like, or like something that your grandmother at her coffee clutch is going to listen to, or some dumb bullshit like that. You need to have some beatdown or something that's like hardcore, like Mad Bull. So, if you don't like this message, you can take it up with me, Jimmy Three Toes. I've been working out every day, and I got a new flat washboard stomach. And if you want to make a thing about it, I'll crack your head on my new washboard stomach, okay, guy? All right. Bye-bye now. I don't care about your pizza order either. I ain't ordering that shit.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Three Toes. I hear what you're saying. But the truth is, I've had some hardcore dudes on here. We had Kids Insane. We had my buddy Colin's band. Well, not his band, but him. And he's in the hardcore band. And probably some other ones too that I can't think of. And I like hardcore stuff too. But like I'm not opposed to having that stuff on here. So we'll see what we can do about getting some of that. I don't mind it, like I'm into some good hardcore shit. It's cool stuff, as long as it ain't the wrong kind of hardcore. Because there's some real shitty hardcore out there. There's also some like real shitty, pop punk and whatever else. But so I'm gonna make sure to get the good stuff. And it's making me think about it. Like there's some good hardcore bands that I know of that I'm like somewhat friends with, I guess, that might be interested in coming on the show. So we'll try to have them on. It's a good idea. But you should definitely get that pizza and send it to me or whatever. I don't know how that works. I live in Germany, so it's going to be difficult. But I feel like the postage will be worth it. And as long as you pay for the, what do they call it? Immigration tax. Or not that. What is it called? When you got to pay for something from another country, there's like a special tax on it. I don't know. Customs. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. And everybody's like, oh, I went and bought some stuff at the airport in the customs-free department. And I'm like, okay. Did you get some good stuff? Oh, yeah, some stuff like cigarettes and booze. And I'm like, okay. Was it super cheap? No, it was just regular price. But, you don't have to pay tax on it or nothing. And I'm like, well, I guess I don't know why that's so special for everybody. It just seems like it's a weird thing. But if people do it, I guess it's whatever it is. Okay. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to the producers of the podcast. We got Luke Ellis, Heather Royston, Gem City Sabrina, Sarah Koenig, Audacity Crash Clothing, Chelsea McNally, Cardboard Box Colony, Carlos Hernandez, and Fast Eddie Knowlton. If you guys if anybody listening wants to become a producer of the podcast, it just basically means you give me money on Patreon. And you can hit all of that up at intrudergreen.com or go to like patreon.com/intrudergreen. I think that's how you would get to that. But you can always check out the website. And there's not a whole lot going on there right now. I had a web store going, but I took it down because I just couldn't keep up with it. I was so busy. Actually, I wasn't very busy, but I'm trying to rethink how to do that exactly. I got all this stuff that I need to not have around in case certain people show up and they're like, hey, this is was reported stolen, and now you have it. So that means you are coming with me, buddy. And I'll be like, no, that's wrong, officer. I'm going somewhere else. And then I leave. And then they probably try to get me and probably handcuff me and take me away anyway. So, but anyway, I got to get rid of this stuff. I'm trying to figure out, maybe I'll start an eBay store or something. Because that could be I don't know, maybe cheaper or whatever. I don't know how to do this, like selling stuff. I'm usually touring and we just sell stuff on tour, but it's harder to do when you're like stationary or whatever, like paper. All right. Anyway, another little bit of news is I'm going to be changing the format of the show a little bit. I don't want to freak you guys out, and I haven't exactly like figured out exactly how it's going to work. But it's not really going to be much of a change of format. I'm just going to change the name of the show. Instead of Intruder Green podcast, it's going to be called Crime Stories with Intruder Green. And it's basically going to be the same thing I've always done, just chatting with some people I know or people I want to know and getting some cool stories from them, hopefully. And but concentrating more on the crime stories because, like sometimes I feel like, there's a lot of these interview podcasts out there where they're just talking about stuff and shooting the shit and whatever. And some people are pretty good at it, but I also feel like sometimes when you get somebody talking about something they don't normally think about, it can often like lead everybody involved, like the listener, me as the interviewer, and them on like sort of a little adventure, and we talk a little bit more about like the person they used to be and whatnot, which is important when you're getting to know people. Like people want to know that about their favorite bands and whatnot, or even not their favorite bands. I don't know. Probably some of the bands I had on here are people's favorites, or maybe like I had somebody else you like. I don't know. Anyway. Look for that next time I come out with an episode, which will be sometime next month. I will try to get one out as quickly as possible because I already got one like almost ready to go. So anyway, without further ado, on with the show.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Intruder Green,
an inmate at the Durham Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1.
On where? With Pete? Where's Pete at?
I'm living in the extension of New York, New Jersey called Florida.
Oh, yeah, that's real good. The swamp.
The swamp,
That's
yes,
right.
the swamp. I haven't
America's
wrestled an alligator
balls.
yet, but I plan to.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, swamp ass is a regular occurrence here.
Absolutely.
That's a regular occurrence where I'm at too, Pete.
Yeah, where's Dan? Where you at, Dan? You're around Chicago
about
area?
45 minutes. What's that?
I thought you were from like the Chicago area. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I lived there for like 25 years in the city, was born like outside of Chicago, then moved to Southern Illinois about 8 years ago.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we're all originally from there.
Right on. But you're moving south while the world gets hotter. I don't think that's the right move, buds. I gotta say, that seems the opposite
right.
of like what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but you know what? It
It's
works
working out for me.
It works for my benefit in the wintertime, you see.
Yeah.
So then I don't have to like endure those Chicago winters. Like,
Chicago winters.
Like our other bandmates that still live there who I feel sorry for because they have to, we might get a little heat, but,
I know all about those Chicago winters. We did our second album at Atlas, which I know you're familiar with, Atlas Studio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we did it in the wintertime, and it was like, God, I don't remember what year it was, but it was one of those winters that was like, one of the coldest on record or whatever. And, all the pipes froze, so we couldn't shower and stuff, and it was real fun.
No, I actually remember you guys recording that record. And I think I had talked to Matt Allison and said that he was recording you guys. I think I was texting him or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, man, those guys have to be really kind of miserable, like, right? Because you could not go out. And I want to say, like, oh man, and if I'm thinking of the right winter, it was like, I don't know, like 20 below or something. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah. We made a great, I think, we decided we were going to like have New Year's. And then the day after that, like not New Year's Day, but the day after that, we started recording the album. And it was just like, I don't know, I got like sick. And then I think during the recording, Blue got sick. And we weren't going out or anything because it was just too gross out. And they said we had to go to like the store and stuff to buy stuff, but we couldn't like take the whole van there. So we would walk, and that was terrible. And good times. The worst thing about, I mean, I'm sure you know about this though. The worst thing about recording in the winter is the way when it comes to doing vocals, it's just your voice is shot in like a matter of minutes.
Well, the other thing is, I mean, I think there's something to be said about that too. But the other thing is that there's no windows in a studio, man. You can't even see the sunshine.
That's right.
Not that there was any anyway, but like you can't see a tree or like a cloud, nothing. So you're like just in this studio environment, like 24/7, not leaving. Basically being snowed in like The Shining or something. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It sounded pretty rough.
Yeah, it's surprising we didn't all try to murder each other with axes. Probably because there was no axes around, but like whatever.
I actually preferred recording in winter though, because there's nothing really else to do. So
that's
get inside
true.
somewhere and do something, because in summer, I didn't want to be, that's the last place I wanted to be is indoors, in summer, especially summer in Chicago where, it's so rare that you get nice weather. I actually wanted to be outside, so.
No, I'm right with you on that too. But with these guys, I mean, they were like in the worst winter, Chicago winter, and at Atlas Studio, man, which sounded brutal.
Yeah, there's nothing around there, so
there's not much around. There's a little store, and they got the Art of Pizza across the street. But
hell yeah, we probably spent about half our recording budget on that Art of Pizza. But anyway, less about me and more about you guys. You guys have been busy lately. Well, at least busy re-releasing, right? You're not releasing new stuff. You just re-released an album. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, on vinyl. I think it's the first time it's ever been on vinyl. I don't think it was on vinyl before. So
that's good.
And it's 15 years, 20 years since that album came out? I don't know. I can't. 20.
I want to say it's 15 years old already.
Yeah, probably. It's one of the other. It's either, I think it's 15.
Like it could drive a car.
It could drive a car, exactly. Or at least get its learning permit. And you can steal a car anyway. Right.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, that's wonderful. And I personally been a fan of the Methadones and kind of honestly, Dan, everything you've been into, including like, just kind of all of it. So I'm excited to have you guys on a podcast today. It's been a while since we got to talk. I think, God, I don't know. We probably ran into you guys at a show or something, or maybe it was when we were in a studio together.
Yeah,
at some point.
Really been a long time since I've really seen any of you guys. I mean, we played a man, maybe like 7-8 years ago already. I mean, it's been a while.
Oh yeah,
It's been a while. Time goes so fast, and you know, being where I live now, like just sometimes just getting into St. Louis isn't the easiest. I know you have played here in St. Louis, but
oh yeah,
but I'm about an hour away, and sometimes that just doesn't work for me either. So it's just like, you know. But yeah, I would love to see you guys again. Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, I would love to see us guys too.
I know we played a Red Scare festival together once.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was the only time we played together or not. But,
you know, that's right.
Yeah, that would have been a real long time ago. That probably even longer. I don't know.
Well, we were broken up for 12 years. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought
something like that.
No, I've
12 years.
Been broken up 12 years now. I think like maybe 5 or something.
Yeah.
So
it was one of the first reunion type shows we did.
Right.
Okay. Wait, you're broken up now? Are you guys?
I don't know.
You guys break up again, or you're just getting back together again, or what? What's going on?
I don't know. What are we, Pete?
We've done a series of shows.
Not a band.
We're still figuring that out, I guess. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that we wouldn't mind making new music together. You know, it's all new, so it's only been a couple months here, 2 months, like since we played that reunion show, and then the one in St. Louis, and then the one in Italy. So, I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't think any of us are opposed to it. So, yeah, maybe we can put together some new tunes and see what happens. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
No, I would love to hear if you had anything to add to that.
My whole thing is I've told the guys, I said, you know, if the demand is there, I don't mind filling the supply. I just kind of like, if it's the kind of thing where people are like, come one time and go, okay, I'm done. You know, it's just kind of, there's nothing really driving it. Then it just kind of turns into like, like a one and done. But if people are interested in it, I'm more than happy to fulfill that demand. It just kind of, it's just going to have to depend on how things kind of go. I mean, I love everybody who I play with, and you know, I like the band and everything, but just kind of really comes,
you know, not to mention
kind of beyond me. I think, you know,
we're all quite a bit older now. We all have kids. Well, Dan and I do. We have kids. We have other responsibilities, jobs, things like that. So we can't really just jump in a van for a month anymore. You know what I mean? So
right.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it our way.
Do that. Yeah, you got to do it your way.
That too.
Have it your way, like McDonald's and shit. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you just don't want to go out there and looking like, all right, dude, we've seen it already. You know, you're beating a dead horse here. You know, I'd rather just put out newer stuff if that's the case. But
sure, you want to be excited if you're going to do something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If people are excited for it, then I'll be excited for it. If they're not, then I probably won't be either. You know, that's usually kind of how that goes.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah. Well, the new albums, I don't know. I'm not sure how much involvement with Red Scare you guys have had in the past. Because was it Red Scare before? It was more like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what label you guys are on now. And I realized I could Google it because I got a computer in front of me, but I would much rather hear the history, the oral history, as it were, from you guys.
Sure. Well, the first record we ever did was on AF Records. That was Anti-Flag record.
That's cool. Yeah, exactly.
So they had heard the record. They were doing their record Underground Network at the time at Sonic Iguana, and they had heard the record and they liked it, wanted to put it out, and that was that. And so they did. By the time we did our second record, they were they liked it, but not quite as much as the first record. So we said, okay. And we were looking around for a while. Actually, it was pretty tough. And then eventually we got with a guy, Stardom Records out in I think he's in Norway.
Denmark.
Stardom. Right. Yeah. That guy's cool. They put out a lot of cool shit. Yeah, it's Netherlands.
Yeah.
He's in the Netherlands.
Rotterdam, I think, to be exact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he did like the after a while we were able to kind of hook something up with a local record called Thick Records, and they had doing pretty good like within the States or especially locally. And then we had Stefan in Europe. We were able to work that out, and that worked out okay. And then from there, then we did Not Economically Viable. And P, what label was that on?
I think in the States that was also on Thick. And I don't know if we released it in Europe with Stardom or not. I don't think we did.
That's right.
I think we only released it in the States and only with Thick at the time, which led to other issues. But
yeah, let's talk about them. I mean,
what are the issues?
Well, for starters, they never gave us a penny.
They never paid us, motherfucker.
For either record.
Never
Thick
paid
Records
us
never paid you guys.
Thick Records never paid us a penny.
Never paid us a fucking red cent. Nothing. No.
The owner of the label even admitted flat out that he owed us several $1,000s, were his exact words. We found out later how much we had sold and what he owed. He never paid a penny. And then he went and, this was before like digital stuff.
Oh yeah.
Then he went and threw it. Then he went and threw it all on iTunes without talking to us about it or digital formats. Never gave us a penny for any of that. We eventually got the digital rights back.
And I understand wanting to get, the music out, but it's just like, never, I don't believe I ever got a statement. Do you remember getting a statement ever?
We got nothing at all from them. Nothing at all.
Ever.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
And we weren't the only band he ripped off. I'm more than fine telling the world that Zach and Thick Records are scumbags and they rip bands off and stay away from them.
And then what did the asshole do? He moves to LA and goes and hides.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do.
So,
and then he got himself in trouble with the law for embezzling money. So go figure.
Yeah.
Well,
right up your alley.
Well, I gotta
hey, Intruder Green.
Yeah.
Get the gang and go rob his house.
There you go. Go rough them up for us.
I mean, that's the thing. If I didn't like you guys so much, I would probably just say like, "Hey, good job, buddy," to him. But you guys are good dudes, so I that kind of sucks. And we might have to maybe we got to go make
a visit.
LA. Yeah. Problem is, every time I get to LA, I see all this Mexican food, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah. I get totally distracted, and I'm like,
yeah, I hear you.
And Yellow's like, hey, weren't we supposed to beat this guy's ass? And I'm like, I don't know, but this burrito is delicious. Fucking,
I know,
baby. All right.
Yep.
Well, that's an incredible story, guys. I mean. I
think after that is when we went to Red Scare. Yeah, after that was when we were on tour for one of those records, and we met Toby out west, and he was like, "I'd like to work with you," and we just, of course, and I like to tell Toby similar stories about this. So I was like, we just figured he was some other dickhead who came, you get, how it is being in a band. Like you get 1,000 people. I want to put out your record. And you don't know who any of these fucking people are. You're like, fuck them. You're like, yeah, totally. We're going to do this. And then you leave and you're like, fuck that guy, but then Toby actually, I've kind of a funny story about Toby as I was wasted with my other band in Colorado.
Sounds like a lot of stories about Toby, like the beginning, All right.
And I went up to him and I said, I gave him, you can have that. Yeah. I gave him a Chicago hug, and my kid wants to say hi.
Oh,
and so I went up to him and I was wasted. I put my arm around him and I said, Toby, everybody hates you, man. Everybody thinks you're a prick. I said, but you're the only guy who ever paid us.
Yeah, that's right.
So we met Toby, and again, he was. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but I'm pretty sure he's the only one who ever paid us. Say what you want about the guy, but he's the only one who ever paid us.
Oh no, I mean, no, you're talking.
And I love busting his balls.
But you got to remember, we were on Asian Man as well, and he did as well. Our last.
Mike Park's gonna pay you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, see, I didn't realize. I forgot about that. Yeah. No, he paid us too. I never met him though.
You saying the anti-flag guys didn't pay you?
Who's that?
You saying the anti-flag guys didn't pay you?
I think they did, but it didn't. It wasn't much.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of.
As far as I know, the answer is no. But again, Dan
I
was.
want to say there was something like early
We got
on.
statements from them. I know we got statements from them, but as from what I remember, but they also claimed they never recouped their costs for what they paid for the record.
Oh,
and
yeah.
again, that's something that I don't think any of us ever actually looked into.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I can't say.
How do you look into that?
I can't say if that's true or not. I can't say. I won't talk bad about them because I don't know the specifics behind that.
No, I mean, not like them as people. I'm not going to say that. I mean,
Right.
The only one
I like the guys, and
with,
you know,
the only one I would go after would be Zach on this.
Exactly.
Everybody else is cool. Like, I think, like, you know,
Right.
whether you've made mistakes or not, it's like not really that important to me. It's just like when your character just sucks. Like that.
Exactly.
Well, you're
Zach was a
obviously
scumbag.
doing it on purpose, you know.
I don't give a shit.
Zach was a scumbag. As far as the other
He
people
was.
go, you know, everyone else pretty much treated us pretty well, I think. So.
Yeah, that's my point with all this.
I forgot about the Asian Man thing. I forgot that record came out on that label. Like, for some reason, I thought we put that one out ourselves.
Nope. No. You know why you're thinking that? I know why you're thinking that too, Pete, because when we recorded that, we were right at the end of the band and we weren't really playing much, and we recorded the stuff that we had left over, and then we took the copyright split and the 7 inches and then made a release out of it.
That's right. Yeah. And that's, I think, is that the one we put out ourselves? Was once we put all that stuff together?
No, it was the copyrights thing that you're thinking of.
Right.
Yeah. That was different.
That's why I didn't remember that.
Well, shit. I think you guys covered the main segment of my show, which is crime stories. Unfortunately, you guys were the butts of the crime, as it were. I prefer crime stories where, you know, people are like, yeah, back when I was a dickhead kid being a punk rocker, I pulled, I don't know, stole a car or something, and I got away with it.
Oh, I have more of those stories than you have time for.
Oh, shit. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm just glad to know that.
I was born and raised in Chicago. I lived there my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Until a couple months ago.
Yeah, get Pete in your band, you know, like have something.
Yeah, we were unable to go to Canada for a long time.
Oh, yeah. That's not good. Canada's a nice place. But yeah,
we eventually got that worked out.
Thankfully.
So don't fuck around with thick records, but do fuck around with Red Scare.
Yeah, no.
I would say too, like, you know,
Red Scare are great.
Yeah, we've been involved with a few different labels at this point.
Red Scare is awesome.
Yeah, and I think we get the most money from Red Scare. Like, I don't know that we've been involved with any labels that didn't pay us. There was that one thing. Didn't we do the that birthday split with you guys? Not the birthday, the wedding thing.
The wedding. Yeah.
And that's a little weird. That there's some gray area with what the guy's doing with that, because I think he's repressing it and shit. And I don't know. I don't think we're seeing no money from that. So might have to.
You know what? If I ever see, I've got about like 200 of them. You can have them.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't need them.
Yeah.
There you go. That's where all your money
so
went.
Many of them.
They're sitting. Your money's all sitting in Dan's garage.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't recoup the cost. Why not? I don't know.
Well, you know, I'm selling them on the black market, but
there you go.
Sell them on the black market. No, I got so many of those, man. You know, have at it. But yeah, I could remember like Intruder Blue saying, "Man, we're pretty nice guys, huh? Doing this." I'm like, yeah, I didn't really think about that. You know, you talk about Dan Vapids and the cheats and
yeah. That's right. That's what it was.
You know, I have kind of a funny story similar to that. You remember, Dan? You remember when Pizzotti lived with me? The singer for Naked Ray Gun lived with me for a long time, and they had a record called Vanilla Blue. And it was really rare and really hard to find. And if you went on the internet, like back then, if you went on like eBay, it was going for like $50. So while I was, you know, he had kind of moved out, but all his stuff was still at my house. And so while I was going through his stuff, I found probably at least 500 copies of that record. And I started laughing. I was like, "You're gonna be kidding me! This is the whole reason this record's worth so much is because no one can get a copy, and I got 500 of them sitting in my attic over here."
Yeah,
I wanted to throw them on the internet, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's a good business plan, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you
I brought it
gotta
up
do
to Pizzotti
something.
too.
Burying them and then let it go up in value.
Right. I brought
mean-
it up to Pizzotti and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know." I'm like, "You got like 500 of those?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I know." I go, "This is going for like $50 on eBay?" He goes, "Yeah, I know." I was like,
Yeah, well,
"Dude."
that's the thing. You see people come to your merch table and they pick up like a few copies of your album. And they get them all signed. And then you go look on eBay a week later and that shit's selling for
There
like,
it is.
$50. And it's like, I sold that record for $10. What the hell? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, we should be able to like get in that game. Why not? I got the album. Yeah. Well, that's real good though, guys. I'm glad that you're back being involved with Red Scare. Because like I said, we've been involved with a few labels, but I think they all pay us, but except for that wedding dude, I think he just paid for the recording and that was it or something and gave us a bunch of records. Yeah, I think Red Scare always pays us the most, like because we got just because of the way they do things. Toby's like, I know this record's not going to sell that much, so I'm not going to buy too many of them. Therefore, the recoup ain't too much. And then we can actually make some money off of it. And, I see feet in the air.
My kid's climbing over my head right now.
Literally climbing over your head. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
I got to say, Red Scare, I love Toby. When I was in Chicago, he and I would go out for drinks here and there. He would come to a lot of shows for the other band I play in. He's putting out that other band's record, and I like him. I like working with him, and I've always had a blast with him. I love busting his balls when I see him, because he's a good sport about it. So you could do that.
And balls himself, if you like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He likes to
for
bust
sure.
balls. So
yeah.
it's good that he likes to dish it out, but it's good that he can take it too. So
Absolutely. You got to.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's, he's been around. Like at this point, I don't know how far into his career with Red Scare he was when you guys got involved, but by the time we got involved, he was pretty well known, so we kind of knew what we were.
No, we were one of the first bands on that label, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
TBR. I think TBR was before us. Who was before us besides them?
I don't know.
We were one of the first bands he put out. I think the first record he put out by us was 21st Century Power Pop Riot, and that was Red Scare number 3 or something. I don't even know.
6.
Something, yeah. It was one of the first records he put out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Time flies, man.
Hell yeah.
Cliche and all, but geez, it just kind of blows my mind still.
Hi, Intruder Maniacs. Are you in a band? The answer is, of course you are. Everybody's in a fucking band these days. Anyway, if you're in a band, congratulations. On making the worst financial decision of your life. Aside from taking out college loans or something. Yeah. Now, there is a way to lessen the burden of such a financial decision. It's called merchandising. And Stupid Rad Merch Company is all ready to meet your merchandising needs. You want some t-shirts? Got a tight deadline you need them printed on? And because you booked a tour less than a month out and you didn't get canceled like everybody else's tours did? How about a bunch of weird random trinkets like keychains, medallions, and what about koozies? Like everybody likes koozies. Koozies are great because they keep your drink cold and your hand warm, or vice versa, depending on what you're drinking. Stupid Rad Merch Company can get all these made for you. Stupid Rad Merch Company is an in-house artist who can help you with your designs of stuff. They're still a small enough company that they pay special attention to you and your special needs. Because, everybody's got special needs. Like, you probably mostly. And they even got a web store. That's where the real magic is. You go on tour and you sell your stuff, but chances are you're going to have some left over, or some fans are going to feel like left out because they didn't have enough money to buy something at your show. So they go on to stupidradmerch.com and find stuff from your band on there. They'll take care of all your production and shipping fulfillment needs. So go ahead, go on to Stupid Rad Merch Company's web store right now and check out all the tight bands that are already on there. They got a bunch of them like got at the Bomb Pops and like the Bad Cop and stuff. It's all good. All sorts of cool swag. And right now, if you go on there and at checkout, you use the code PRISON, you can get 15% off all of the Stupid Rad Merch branded apparel at stupidradmerch.com. Go check it out. stupidradmerch.com. Guitar players, I bet you thought you were shit out of luck when it comes to finding your dream guitar or amp. You know, you go on some auction site or something and it's all crap. Yeah. Well, that's because, you know, you gotta look in the right place. And the right place is Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. They got exactly what you're looking for. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't they located in like Switzerland or something? Yeah, man, they are. Bern, Switzerland to be exact. But you know, you can get on the internet and you can go check out their website, yeahmansguitars.com, and you can order stuff on there. So, you know, it don't really matter where the heck you are in the world. You can just get on their website and find all sorts of cool stuff that you're looking for. And you might not even know that you wanted it until you see it on there. And there's a lot of good stuff. If you got something specific you're looking for and need some help finding it, just hit up Yeah Man Guitars on the electronic mail. That's the email. It's like 21st century and you got email and websites. It's like amazing. Some people will call it magic. Some people will call it science. I just call it, I don't know, crazy shit. yeahmansguitars@gmail.com. As far as email goes, it's where you email them. And while you're at it, get your band a tour in Europe and stop by the shop. Michael and the rest of the crew would love to meet you, I'm sure. And you could tell them Green sent you. Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars.
Gordon. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know how to do it any other way. I'm like, I could send a invite, but I'm not sure how to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure I could send it to like maybe both of you on Facebook or something, but I don't know. Like, you know, if you guys are looking at Facebook or stuff like that. I just got
not on Facebook anymore anyway. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like sometimes you can't get a hold of people.
Right.
So original link. How are you cooking those hot dogs, by the way, Pete?
Well, I would love to grill them, but I'm too lazy to do that, so I'm boiling them.
Oh, boiling them on up. Hey, that's not bad. Yep. You know, people think like, oh, don't boil meat, but I'm like, it's a fucking hot dog.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe they're Nathan's hot dogs, which is from what? New York, New Jersey, one of those. They're the ones who sponsor the hot dog eating contest every year. I think at Coney Island.
The one that Asian guy always wins?
Yes.
The skinny dude.
I think he dropped out, though. Yeah. I don't think he does it anymore.
I know.
Exactly probably shouldn't because I feel like you do that
really
too long and it's not going to be good. Yeah. Wait,
he was.
Good at it?
That guy's got some mad skills, man. He can gobble down those hot dogs. Like
he's a badass with the hot dog eating.
Well, the weird thing is, like, he's the one skinny guy. And you would think like, I get it because he can like push him in there and he's got a great metabolism or whatever. But like all these other dudes are like huge. And then you would think
that's how that always goes.
Guys like that.
That's how that always goes. I remember growing up, all those little skinny dudes, they could just eat and eat and eat. And, you know,
but it seems like he's,
you know, the normal guys, we'd have like one or two of something and we were done.
Right. I get that, but you would just think there would be like more people like that in the tournament, you know, in general. Like once. Well,
there was that one really big guy. I remember that one really big guy, but he always got his ass kicked by that little skinny guy.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah,
it's funny.
The big
I was like, wait a minute.
Like, wait
a minute. Something's wrong with this picture.
Yeah. What is the little dude? Like, how did he figure out how to eat all those damn hot dogs, man?
Doesn't he do something weird beforehand? Like, doesn't he drink like 8 gallons of water or something beforehand? And then he's like, supposedly from what I heard, they drink a bunch of water beforehand and it expands their stomach.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then that enables them to be able to eat a whole bunch I don't know if that's true or not, though. I never really looked into it.
Yeah, he's on to something though, man.
It could also be a thing where he's like really not even that skinny. He's just like he's next to all those big dudes who just like eat.
Yeah, he's like normal size, like average size.
Yeah, he's actually kind of chubby, but you know, like
next these huge guys.
These huge guys, and by comparison, he's like a skinny little twig.
Yeah, maybe he's not even eating them. You know, it's like magic, some kind of like magician.
Or maybe he's cheating.
Yeah, he's
magic.
He's probably cheating.
Like the gathering. Yeah. He's summoning some water elementals into his stomach to I don't know how that works. It's a game. I've seen it online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I still got my Siobhan Dragon. All right. But anyway, I wanted to get back into talking about band stuff, although food is very interesting to me, especially hot dogs. Hot dogs are delicious.
I love hot dogs. Being from Chicago and all.
That's right. Oh, so you probably are you like religious about putting ketchup on there? Or like
I don't put ketchup on my hot dogs. Traditional Chicago style, no ketchup.
Yeah.
I don't ever put ketchup on my hot dogs.
I get it. I'm the same way with bratwurst. I think that's because, like Mass Intruder, we hang out in the Wisconsin area a lot and hiding out in the woods there, like Al Capone and shit. For me, it's more about bratwurst not putting ketchup on it. That's when people.
I can't imagine.
Jesus, who would put ketchup on a bratwurst? It's disgusting.
Germans. Actually,
oof, really
fucked up. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like they would know what not to put on a bratwurst because the
Germans and the Polish are the reason that we don't put ketchup on our hot dogs from all the German and Polish immigrants in Chicago. Right. Well, I mean that was 100 years ago though, so things have changed.
Things change. I think the communism thing in the East here kind of they
weren't allowed ketchup.
Yeah. No, they were only allowed ketchup, actually.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Worth mentioning, though, is that ketchup is a pretty crappy condiment, man. Like, it's just like, what's it? I don't know. I think
I'm not crazy about it.
It's like, what do you even use it? Ketchup on anything?
Yep.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I love ketchup because, it's like,
simple.
There's lots of things I eat. Yeah, it's very simple. There's lots of things I eat and drink that are very crappy, but I love them.
True.
So
that's a good point.
I agree. I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but I like it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It might not be good, but I like it anyway.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't put them on bratwurst.
No, that sounds disgusting.
I do. I mean, I don't want to get into an argument here. But I'm going to explain why I put them on hot dogs. Because, well, A, I'm not from Chicago. But B, I heard a really good, I don't know, I think it was on some sitcom or something. And the guy was like, yeah, they charge you for the hot dog, but the condiments are free. And he was like loading it up with all these onions and sauerkraut and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. When you're on the road and you go to you get those roller dogs that are fucking delicious out of the, the gas
truck stop.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do. And you need to make a whole meal out of that $1.50 hot dog. So you got to load it up with whatever they got. Yeah. And sometimes they don't got a whole lot, but they got ketchup. So there's your tomatoes for the day.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of, I like onions, especially grilled onions.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, mustard. I load it up with mustard.
Hell yeah.
Chicago style is,
they put ketchup, like everything on there.
No ketchup.
Ketchup. Like everything.
Mustard, relish, onions. I think that's about, and that's celery salt.
Yeah.
That's a true Chicago style hot dog.
That's something you don't find like,
no, not everywhere.
Chicago, really. Like maybe at a bar they'll have it, but like not at most hot dog shops. Yeah. Well, I don't want to keep you guys too
I think
long,
the first time I ever got together with Dan to learn songs, he was living on Belmont over there, And I got to his apartment and I was like, "Hey, dude, I'm starving. Is there like a hot dog stand nearby or something?"
Yeah.
And he started laughing.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
know
like, "A
why I
hot
remember-
dog?" He's like, "I haven't had a hot dog in ages."
I know. And funny, that was like probably close to 30 years ago, and I remember that.
Yeah, that was like 92 or 93, something like that.
It was. So stupid that I remember it too, but I do.
Yeah, right? It's the strangest thing to remember.
It is.
That's good. No, that happens though. I'll never forget when I those little weird things. The first time we met this band. Did you guys ever hear the band I Farm?
Yeah, we played with them, I think,
Oh yeah,
at Beat Kitchen once.
could be.
We played with them, Dan.
Bunch of New York dudes.
Yeah, we played with them at Beat Kitchen once.
The bass player actually ended up being the videographer for Barack Obama. Like,
wow.
Basically,
Wow, that's crazy.
Anytime you saw like, like campaign stuff or like whatever, it was him, and it was like, oh yeah, I know that guy. I'll run. And now he's doing other stuff for political video stuff. But the first time we like met those guys, we went out to New York to record with them, and I need to go get some cash or like find somebody who had some cash, and I was like, I was used to seeing these ATMs around that were called time machines, and they were called Time is Money, and it was spelled like TYME or something like that. I don't know what's with the spelling, but they wanted to be weird and stand out, I guess. So I asked the guy, like when we were there, I was like, "Hey, is there a time machine nearby?" And he just kind of looked at me like, and he thought about it for a second, and then he was like, "Oh, I assume you mean like some kind of automatic cash withdrawal machine."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, what did you think I meant?" I didn't even think about it until like after he got weird, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a pretty weird thing to say to somebody."
I wish there was a time machine nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back to the good old days.
Oh yeah,
like, 10 years ago or something. I don't know. It wasn't that long ago.
it wasn't that long ago.
But the 90s were pretty cool as far as punk rock goes, I guess.
A lot of good bands there.
You guys had to be jamming back then.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's just like it feels like in some ways like a long time ago, and in other ways just like God, that just was like felt like the other day. It's so weird.
Yeah,
it's so weird getting older, man. I can't wrap my head around it sometimes.
And what if we live to be 100? You're only halfway.
Well, my grandfather lived to be 105, so we'll see.
That's right.
You live?
Yeah. 5.
Yeah. I don't know if Pete's kid's gonna stay alive.
He's over here choking. I think he's gonna be all right.
All right.
I told him already. If you're
like, I like how casual you are about it. Yeah, right. I like how casual you are about it. You're like, I think he's gonna be okay. We'll see what happens.
You're all right. They already know if you ain't bleeding and you can still move it, we ain't going to the hospital.
Oh, you can't. Over here,
man. You got protests, man.
Over here, they're like,
oh yeah, he's fussing. Whatever.
They're like, oh, I have a sneeze. I better go to the doctor and not go to work.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if I didn't have to go to work and I'd still get paid for it, I'd do the same.
That's the thing. That's what they do here. It's fucking crazy.
I ain't mad at them at all for that.
Yeah.
I like that part in Caddyshack where he goes, "Oh, my arm, it's broken."
Yeah. Oh, well. If you guys got anything band related that you need to put out into the world, now will be the time to do it, because otherwise, I know we already kind of covered a crime story, but I would love to ask you about another crime story if any of you guys got one.
A crime story. I don't know if I have one. You're going to have to ask Pete about that.
He
I
said
have
he's
lot
got
of
a
crime
bunch, but I don't know
stories.
what
Yeah,
he
they all
cares to
come back.
actually talk about.
I mean, and my kids are here, so but yeah, I grew up in Chicago, man, and all kinds of crazy things happened growing
Man,
up.
you better plead the fifth on this, man.
Yeah, most of the people I grew up with are either dead or in prison. So
You
shit.
don't want to incriminate yourself, man.
yeah, exactly,
Or dead in prison, maybe. Whoa.
or that, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't want to incriminate myself here at all, and you know, the job I have now does regular background checks, so I
Oh, snap.
probably should
Yeah.
probably should just plead the fifth on all of this.
Yeah.
Well, I got you guys on the record label thing, so that I think counts as a crime story.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All down. I guess if there's anything band related, I mean, we're playing the fest.
Oh, hell yeah, that's right.
And so, my other band, Dan Vapids and Cheats, will also be playing the same day. So yeah, come out to that.
Oh.
I don't know what else. We've talked about other things, but nothing's set in stone yet. So we're just trying to figure out other things. And like I said, man, early on in the podcast, just kind of taking it as it comes. We'll see. I mean, we haven't been a band in a long time, but we're definitely having a lot of fun playing these songs again.
Absolutely. Well, I am stoked that you guys are doing stuff again. And I don't think I'm gonna make the fest because of reasons, but hopefully we'll see you guys soon. And I'll definitely
Hey,
start pumping those
good.
tunes
And
again.
say hello to the rest of the gang for me. Been a long time.
Will do. Whenever I see him, I fucking never see those guys. They're still back in America, and I don't know. Yellow's maybe he's still in prison. Maybe he broke out, and we don't even know. I have no idea
Right.
at this point.
Yeah.
And that's it for the Intruder Green podcast. You can hit me up on all the socials at Intruder Green or to go to intrudergreen.com for all sorts of cool stuff. The Intruder Green calling line is +1 608 535 9608. Patreon.com/Intruder Green if you want to become a producer of the podcast. The Intruder Green podcast is produced by Colin Bennett, management Uncle Kramer, hair and makeup by Genevieve Smith, set design by Dylan Raymer, catering Matthew Hendershot, lighting Squeak Lights, Rahway, New Jersey. Our theme song is Particles by Pipe Bros. Hey, how'd everybody get in my room?